Hello, hello, my lovely sovereign sisters. I look tired as hell. It's because I am tired. I literally packed up all my things and I'm gonna leave out to go back to the Midwest in the morning. So yeah, but I promised that I would do a live stream. So here I am. Okay, here I am. My sovereign sisters, are y'all tired of attracting dusties? Okay, are y'all sick of having men come up to you and they're broke, they're dusty, they don't know how to speak properly, they don't know how to dress well, they're still living in their mama's basement, uh just all of the above. And if you are, then you are in the right place. Okay, I hear this very often from a lot of women and friends that I have, and they'll be like, oh my goodness, I'm so tired of having to deal with these men, or these men talking to me, and I wish that they would just leave me the hell alone. And honestly, I don't blame you. One thing I will say is that my friends have always told me that for the most part, I don't really attract dusties, to be honest with you. And I feel as though, just with my own experience, I have a very good like method. And I feel as though when men see me, the dusties, I tend to scare the dusties off, honestly. And so, yeah, and so I kind of just was like, you know what? I will let you guys know as far as like what I do that makes it so that dusties don't really come to me or try to entertain me. Uh, a lot of men will always try to say, "Oh, you are what you attract," and that's bullshit. Like, honestly, that's bullshit to me. And the reason being is because, especially if you're beautiful, you're well-rounded, like you have your stuff together, you're a well-rounded individual, you're going to attract everybody. I always like to use the jewelry store analogy. Everyone for the most part likes jewelry because jewelry is shiny, it's flashy, it is a sign of value. And not only that, the thing about it is that anyone will come to the jewelry store, right? Because everyone likes jewelry. And so you might have someone that comes to the jewelry store and they might have a budget of like $20,000 of their own money that they want to spend on jewelry. And then you may have someone, they may have a budget of maybe $2,000, and that's how much they want to spend on jewelry. And then you may have someone decide that they want to go to the jewelry store and they want to rob the jewelry store, right? Does that mean that there's something wrong with the jewelry store because it's attracting all different types of multiple people with different types of intentions? No, it doesn't. So before I even like get into, the meat and potatoes of this live stream, I want to make it very clear that as far as who you're attracting, I would really take that with a grain of salt. It's really nothing wrong with you on a deep level, for in my opinion, for you to ever feel like it's something wrong with you because if like you are attracting dusties. You're gonna attract everyone. It's just you have to be picky about who it is that you are going to entertain, and I think that that is probably, the biggest thing. So, we're going to touch on a few things. So, what this live is going to teach you is number one, why you keep attracting dusties, even if you're not interested, the red flags of a dusty. Okay, even like the very, very sneaky ones, because that's the thing, too. We're all on social media, and women are explaining their experiences with dusties, and so now dusties are becoming a lot more covert. Their manipulation tactics are getting better. They're becoming a lot more sneakier because they're just so thirsty and they're very obsessed with women. So they're going to try to pull out all the stops to make sure that they can still have access to women. The next thing is that you're going to learn is how to stop sending out the struggle love energy. Um oh, also, hold on. Did my mic go out? Oh, sorry. Um I do have to, like, step out of this live for, like, 2 oh my god, for, like, 2 seconds because, I have to, grab my food. I ended up ordering some food that I have to grab, and actually, I have to do it now, that's why they're calling me, so give me 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Are you here? Okay, I'm back. So sorry about that. Okay. Your girl had to make sure she has something to eat. Okay. I ordered me, what the hell did I order? I ordered some honey lime salmon with quinoa. Yeah. Whew, I'm out of breath. It's like 3 flights of steps that I have to go down in this place. Um, Also, don't forget to hit the like button, y'all. I'm gonna wait for y'all to get the likes up a little bit while I catch my breath and drink some water. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. Okay. So, sorry about that. And let me put on some let me make sure my lips are okay. There we go. All right, y'all. Now I'm ready. Now we're no longer will have any interruptions. Thank you. So, also, how you can attract I hate using the term high value man, okay, because it's Kevin Samuels coded and I can't stand that man. Um but pretty much how you can attract a man who, he's a heavy hitter, he's got his shit together. And honestly, like the things that really separate a man of value versus these like dusty men. Okay. So if you're a woman who you're tired of like building men up just for them to leave you for someone else, you keep getting approached by men that don't have anything to offer. You feel like men of value, you feel like men that have things, they don't see you, but like you tend to always attract dusties. Um, or you're just ready to like kind of like have more options, at least better options, and kind of like upgrade your options when it comes like to the dating pool if you are out here still dating or trying to date. Okay. Um so I already told you guys I don't believe in that whole like, you are what you attract. That's BS to me. However, let's talk about like why are Dusties coming to you in the first place, okay? Or why are they even in your life much longer than they have to be, okay? So let's just talk about what Dusties like in the first place. What Dusties like. Dusties are obsessed with women who are like very giving of themselves way too soon. So like Dusties always like the women who are Dusty's always like the women who want to like buy a man gifts, go out of their way to like do things for a man and like already, like, from the get-go, like, this type of woman will, like, already be performative and be like, "Oh, yeah, if you were with me, I would be packing all your meals for you to go to lunch. I would be rubbing your back whenever you get home." Like, just so super performative, okay? Dusties love women like that, okay? I tell men straight up, I'm not doing that shit, okay? I tell men right away, like, I'm not doing that shit. And to be honest, what's even crazier is that it's very rare that I've even had to tell a man that, because a lot of this comes from how you carry yourself as a woman. It's like walking the walk and talking the talk. You very well could be like the IG baddie, okay, the BBL, the face beat, the 30-inch bust down, the nice clothes, the Mercedes, the Louis Vuitton, but like that's just you walking the walk. But like you talking the talk is actually like your confidence, your aura, how you carry yourself, how your posture is, the energy that you are giving off. Okay. I feel like more than anything, that's the number one thing that men are looking for. It's your energy. Of course, they're looking at everything else, in addition to like when it comes to your physicality, but it really is your energy and it really is your aura. And I definitely will do a video on how you can improve that so you can be more mindful of how you are coming off to others. Okay. But um Dusties like women who are overly nurturing, because Dusties, they want to leech off a woman's energy, money, time, love, and then not reciprocate it. Okay. Also, women that have no screening process. Okay. Um, the woman like that's just out about, at the bar or whatever, and let's say a man approaches you. Okay, right away, as soon as a man approaches you, the screening process starts. Literally right that second, especially when you are at a place where he can physically purchase you something or buy you something. The screening process starts immediately. If you're at a bar, if you're at a restaurant and he's talking, 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 and you like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever a man talks to me and I have a drink, I will literally not down the drink, but I will drink the drink a little bit faster, and then I will put it down and make it very evident if he can see. And then I will wait to see if he will offer me a drink. And if he does not offer to purchase me a drink, or if he doesn't offer to like comp my meal or something like that, if like I'm eating at a bar, we won't be talking anymore. Point blank, period. We will not be talking anymore, because already it's like, okay, no. I'm not wasting my time. Any man, like any man of value, any man of means, any man that knows the value of a woman will understand that you just talking to a man, you should be getting reciprocated. Okay, you should be getting something in return. Okay, because guess what, men get rejected left and right all the time. Okay. So just the fact that you are conversing with this man, he should be honored that you are even giving him a conversation, and he should be doing something to keep you there in order for you to continue said conversation. Okay. Like it's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I remember when I went out with one of my friends about a month ago, and my friend is still boy crazy. Okay. I love her to death, but she's still boy crazy. She still has a little purging of her pick Misha that she needs to do. And I caught her at the bar with this guy, and I know that they had been talking for a while. And I looked at her and I was like, girl, what the hell are you doing? You've been talking to this guy for like 20 minutes, and I don't see a goddamn drink in front of you. I see nothing in front of you. Then had the nerve, listen to this. I wanted us to go to like this after party or whatever, because I had met a guy and he talked to me and he bought me a drink. That's the first thing that he had offered. He was like, "You're beautiful. Can I buy you a drink?" Yeah, sure. Please do. Please buy me a drink. Um, and so I'm like, I had told her, I was like, "Hey, once we're done here, they're about to like, close shop here. Let's go to so and so." The Dusty that she was talking to had the nerve to be like, nah, don't go to so and so. So and so is whack. And I called him out right then and there. I'm like, you want us to, I was like, oh, let me guess. You want us to kick you with you and you didn't even buy my friend a drink? And he exited stage left. He exited stage left at that point because no, you're a Dusty. You just want us to go wherever it is that you want to go because you want to still talk to my goddamn friend and you have not bought her a drink. You ain't bought her nothing to eat. No, Dusty, busty, crusty, all of the above. Not happening. And so, so I don't even let my homegirls deal with no Dusties like that. Hell no, it ain't happening. So you got to have a screening process. The screening process starts as soon as a man approaches you, as soon as a man sends you a message. Okay. Because this way, because like you have to think, if you entertain every single man that approaches you and you don't start you don't start the screening process right away, you're going to be giving your energy to a lot of Dusties. And so you're going to get a mix. You're going to, at the end of the day, it's the analogy that I explained earlier with the jewelry store. No matter what, you're always going to get a mix of quality and then it's mostly going to be trash. Let's just call it what it is. It will primarily be trash coming to you anyway and then quality. If you keep giving like if you get 5 trash men all this time, it'll be like you'll be so tired of like the trash men. You don't went through 5 trash men. By that time, you want to throw in the towel and be like, "Oh, I'm done. I'm done talking to these dudes." And it's like you wouldn't be so tired if you just were if you were screening quicker and looking for reasons to not talk to them anymore. Then you'll have more energy to be like, "Oh, okay. Well, I didn't even have to go out on a date with this guy because it's clear that he's a Dusty. You know, I didn't even have to waste my time." Talking to this guy for, a month, 2 months, because I could tell already that he's a Dusty. When you really pay attention, if you really, really pay attention, men make it very obvious if they're Dusty or not. Okay. It really won't take you that long to see if they're a Dusty or not. The next thing is that they believe in struggle love. When they say, "Oh, I want a woman to build with me." My mom, she stayed with my dad for 30 years and she endured it all and she went through everything, yada yada yada. Dusty. Okay, I want to ride or die. No, absolutely not. No, block. Automatic block. Those are like Dusty. Those are the Dusty disciples. Those are the disciples of Dusties whenever they say that shit. Great value men are everywhere, but Chanel men are exclusive. Exactly. Exactly. And so this is the reason why you got to make sure your screening process is on point. Because what's going to happen is, like I said before, you're going to keep going from Dusty to Dusty to Dusty to Dusty. No, you're better off moving the Dusties, keep moving the Dusties, so that way you can get to a real man, a man that really values a woman, a man that really wants to help you, take care of you, spoil you. What about shopping, queen? What about shopping? Like what? Like I need to know, like specifically. Like, is it like, can they get you whatever it is that you want? Um, or you bring, like, for instance, okay, my ex boyfriend. This was a part of my like screening process. Okay, so we were together because guess what? He went out of his way to like do all the things for me or whatever. Even though I'm like, hey, he might be love bombing me, but whatever. So I remember, all you have to do is tell a man something that you want, right? And if a man is saying all these things, "I like you, you're so beautiful, I'm taking you seriously, you're the only man that I'm talking to." All right, when they start saying shit like that, it is time to put them to the test, for them to put their money where their mouth is. Okay, if someone likes you, they're going to do things for you that they know would make you happy, right? And so my ex-boyfriend, he was like, "Oh, I love you, yada yada yada," all those things. And so I was like, "You know what? There's a pair of Uggs that I want. It's the winter time. It's a pair of Uggs that I want." And he was like, "Send me the link. How do they look or whatever?" And so I sent him the link. And then he asked me what shoe size I was. And then he had them delivered and they were at my doorstep within like 6 days because he liked me. Like he liked me enough. He wanted to do something for me to make me happy. Words mean nothing, okay? Words have zero value. I don't care what they're telling you. I don't care if they're saying that they want to marry you, they want you to be the mother of their children. None of that matters. If they are not doing any action to prove, it's as if they never said it at all. Hey, love, I plan to getting into escorting. Do you have any advice? Honestly, I'm a terrible person to ask about that because I mean, in my humble opinion, for me personally, like I wouldn't be comfortable with doing that. If it were me, I wouldn't be comfortable doing that. Um, just because like I have trust issues when it comes to that line of work. But one thing I do suggest is you have like someone security, like someone trustworthy, like a trustworthy male that can accompany you to these things. But as far as the process, I really don't even know the process. I've only danced in a club and done OnlyFans. So I really can't help you there. Um I just cut off a Dusty last week and he just texted me today and it went from I miss you to women always, y'all, I'm about to hurt his feelings, then block him now. Exactly. As soon as they start saying women always do this, I can't stand when women do this, blah, blah, blah. Mm-mm. Nope. Yeah, I kind of feel like when it comes to things like escorting, you're better off being a dancer, honestly, because you're in a much more controlled environment. And then once you've worked in a club long enough, you can have regulars. And I mean, like, it really is like one of the forbidden rules to like leave with a customer. But there was only like in my whole 4 years of dancing, there was only one customer that I actually like met up with outside the club. And I didn't even do anything with him. He literally paid me money for us to like hang out at the bar, and we like shot pool and things like that. I just feel like you're a lot safer in an environment where you're dancing, or you could just like do it OnlyFans. But that's my opinion. One male YouTuber I actually watch is Thomason. I don't know what his motives are, but he spills all the secrets and teaches women how to completely ignore them. I have to check. I have to check him out. Now, the next thing that the Dusties love, they love women that lack strong boundaries, okay? Um, if you're the woman that let things slide, men are always testing you. Always, always testing you. Okay? Dusties are always going to try to push your limits. They're going to try to drain your energy and they're going to try to disrespect you over time. The women who don't check their asses and clock it immediately, you're now in dust territory. Okay, you are in dust territory. Gone on ahead and get your N95 mask on so you don't start inhaling all them dust particles, girl, because once you start letting shit fly, they're gonna keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it because they're like, oh, okay, she didn't care the first time, so she ain't ever gonna care. The next thing is that um Dusty's like women that lead with masculine energy. Now, when I say masculine energy, here's the thing. When when men use masculine, like when men explain women being masculine, it's not the same as what it means when a woman is really masculine. Really, what it means when you take out a man's ego, because when a man calls a woman masculine, I would say 98% of the time, his definition is about how his ego is hurt, how his ego is getting bruised by said woman because she earns enough money, or she may earn more money than him, or she is self sufficient. You know what I mean? She can take care of everything. That's not masculine. That's just you doing adult shit that you should be doing. You should be self sufficient. You should know how to survive, and you should have your own means. You should have a shelter, a way of transportation, etc., etc. I'm talking about you just want to do every single thing for a man. Like you are just so independent in the way where it's just like, I don't need a goddamn thing. Like I don't need anything from a man. And then Dusties will love you because Dusties are like, oh hell yeah, now she's hyper independent. So now she'll never ask me for anything. So I can just extract energy from her, use her for money, stay at her place, drive her car because she'll never ask me for anything. And I think for a lot of women, you have to understand you have to turn your independence on and off. You have to be able to exude that you are self-sufficient, but you also have to know how to be a damsel in distress, okay? You have to understand that as a woman, the reason why a lot of men are like fearful of women is because women harness a lot of power through our duality and through our versatility. Uh Women are not a monolith. We come in all different types of ways, and honestly, like, we can shape shift into different, forms or different archetypes and things like that. And so, one thing that I've always been able to do is it's like I'm self sufficient, but I'm not going to lead with that. Like, whenever I go out on a date with a guy, I don't even walk close to the door. Like, I stay very far away from the door so that way they can open up the door. That way they can open up the car door. Like, literally, I will literally stand at the car door and I'll be like, I'm not gonna, like, my hands are broken. My wrists are broken. Like, you're going to have to open up the car door for me. I'm not opening it up. And they're like, oh, okay. And then they'll open it up for me. Go on ahead and hit the like button. Okay. Go on ahead and hit the thumbs up while you guys work on hitting the thumbs up. Can we at least get it to like 50? I'm not on StreamYard for these lives, so I can actually see the likes. His videos are good for reminding yourself how to detach completely and ignore men when you're dating them. Oh, nice. Thank you. It's really childish how guys push boundaries with a woman. Yes, and the reason being is because they're so used to women being conditioned as people pleasers. And so they leverage that, or they attempt to leverage that. Because they want to be able to extract as much as they can from you, as much as possible. I do the same thing. I just stand there for them to open the door. Yeah, as you should. Like, I'm not letting no. I'm not going to sit here and show a man how strong I am and how I'm the Hulk and how I can open up my own door. Nope, I'm not doing any of that. My wrists are broken. My arms are broken. I can't do anything. How does him opening the door work if he automatically jumps inside and you're standing on the other side? He's gonna reach over while he's in the car and open up the goddamn door. There's no, like, literally, there's no excuse for him to not open up the door for you. Even if he is inside of the car, it takes nothing for him to reach across and open up the door. Yeah, or get out and open it. I'm 6 feet tall and I still act like I'm a fawn in the woods with broken limbs. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. My Patreon is in the description of this video. Just go to the description and it's in there. The link is in there. And for my 101 consultations. The thumbnail to this is so damn funny to me. I know those Dusties, those Dusties in the thumbnail. That was good, right? Um So yeah, and then also you really do have to make it clear to these men through your actions, through your appearance. Make up anything. Like, you can honestly, I feel like this with dealing with men, like, it just is a waste to tell the truth 100%. Um my dad is like very well known, like, where we're from, and my dad owns multiple businesses. He's done very well for himself. And so when it comes to dating in my area, my dad is like the dusty filter. He really is the dusty filter because my father has done very well for himself. So, any men that I date that end up knowing my dad, they already know what it is. They already know they got to come with some money. They got to come with respect. They got to come with chivalry. They got to come with all of that. So, honestly, you could lie about that and be like, "Hey, like, my dad has spoiled me. My dad has taken very good care of me. I've been raised and spoiled as a princess." And that way, even if you lie, you're planting the seed in their head already that, "Oh shit, I got to have myself together." Like, literally, a guy lied A man lied about his profession. He lied and said that he was an engineer. Listen to this. He lied and said that he was an engineer. And my dad he put two and two together because I told him that I was going to be hanging out with someone. And it turned out that he knew the guy. And so I told him about us hanging out or whatever. And my dad's like, oh, yeah, like I know him. Like I've known him like since he was a kid, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, oh, yeah, like he said he was an engineer. And my dad's like, no, he's not. He's not an engineer. No, no, he's not. And then like my father called other people. Like my dad did the dirty work for me. My dad did the dirty work for me. My own dad did his own screening process on this dude. And it turned out that the guy was a dusty and a complete fraud. Like he wasn't an engineer. He was completely lying. All right. So how do you identify a dusty? Okay. Um, Not all Dusties, like, look the same. I mean, there are a lot of Dusties where they'll put come on, these fake ass Kevin Samuel, content creators, they throw on a suit and then they're trying to claim that they're high value. Yeah, Dusties. Okay. They'll disguise themselves as being high value, but they're really Dusties. So there's different types of Dusties. Okay. First, we have the financial Dusty. This is your, I'm in between jobs right now. I just need a little help. He's asking you for money already. He needs an Uber to go to work. He needs to split the bill, or he claims that he's ambitious. You'll be on the date talking to this man, and he'll give you like a laundry list of ideas that he has. Oh, I have all these business ideas. I have all these aspirations. I want to do XYZ and this, that, and the third. And you're like, okay, well, what have you done any of it? Have you even gotten a step? Oh no, I'm just working those things out right now. He's coming up with all these different excuses. He acts like investing in you is he doesn't want to be a simp. He doesn't want to be a trick. I don't understand. I don't understand why you want me for my money. What about love? What as soon as a man tries to, if you bring up money and a man tries to counteract you bringing up money with love, he is a financial dusty. He is absolutely broke. He is not going to do anything for you. Okay? Point blank period. Because they love to bring up the L word as soon as you start talking about money. It is 2025. Okay? A lot of women don't care about love anymore. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, y'all. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, y'all. Dusties be energy harvesting. Exactly. I can't believe how dusty my ex was. Goddamn. Wouldn't it be fun to all go on a queen cruise? I love the idea of a bunch of empowered girls booking a cruise in the Bahamas. Oh, that would be so nice. What he meant was a sound engineer in someone's basement mixing a dusty rapper's mixtape. Exactly. I'm like, engineer who? My dad was like, hell no, he's not an engineer. So those are the financial dusties, okay? Now you have the emotional dusties, I'm just going through a lot. They'll give you this sob story, I'm just having issues, with my family, and I'm just going through a lot, and life's been really hard for me. And, I just haven't found anyone to love me and accept me. I just have so much love to give. Um, he can't handle any of his emotions. He's always running to you to help him and to fix him. Um, and then he never wants to offer you any type of emotional support. So like he'll have a long day. He'll want to tell you about his whole entire day and how horrible it was, and he wants you to listen and you know console him and make him feel better about himself. And, oh, it's okay, baby, and baby him. And he's constantly draining you of his emotional problems, but if you're crying, if you're upset, he doesn't want to see you crying. He doesn't want to see you upset. He doesn't want to emotionally invest in you. And I feel like for most men, I feel like it's a waste to invest in them emotionally because they're never going to be able to give it back to you. This is also another reason why I don't think that women benefit much by having male friends. I feel like having male friends most of the time, it's it's very much one-sided because I feel like when women really step back and they pay attention to their dynamic between them and said male friend, it really is just a lot of emotional labor that you're doing for the man, and there really isn't much emotional labor that they're able to give you. The men that I would consider like friends, like when it comes to the emotional labor, I really just only trust them enough to like ask them shit regarding other men because I know they'll be honest. Aside from you getting intel on like male nature and male behavior, I don't really see any other benefit of being friends with any man unless they're like very successful, very wealthy, and they can kind of like help you or guide you or give you knowledge, give you information that will allow you to, do the same thing. But aside from that, the emotional exchange is never equal. It's never 50-50. And then another thing that I've noticed too is that the emotional dusties, they tend to have another girlfriend. The emotional dusties are usually married or they are in a relationship a lot of the time. It's so funny because, like, for instance, I was on social media today and this guy, he's a few years younger than me. And he was trying, I already knew what he was doing. So, like, he had reached out to me for a documentary. He wanted my insight on a documentary. And so, I gave him my number. We talked on the phone about said documentary, yada, yada, yada. And so then he called me again and, we kind of touched on the documentary. And then he called me the third time and he never brought up anything with the documentary. And so I'm like, oh, you actually want to like talk to me, but you have a whole girlfriend. You have a whole freaking girlfriend. And so after our third conversation, he would call me, decline, decline, decline. And so he made a post today and it was this video of like this man and this woman talking about like they were making a scenario. It was like a skit about gaslighting. Even though technically I wouldn't consider this to be gaslighting, but pretty much it was like this man coming in the living room. He walked past his girlfriend. He told his girlfriend that she looked good. He complimented her. And the girlfriend was like, you don't really ever compliment me. What are you hiding? Why are you complimenting me? Like, what are you up to? And then like she asked like, who are you texting? And all this stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't really consider that gaslighting, but whatever. And then someone commented and he wrote in the comments, this is exactly what my ex-girl used to do. And he was like bitching and complaining. And the reason why I clocked it right away was because usually when men are in relationships and they aren't getting something in the relationship, they always want to go to another woman to be able to get whatever void was filled in the relationship. And so he would like occasionally hint at issues that were going on in his relationship, and as soon as he did that I quit talking to his ass. I'm like, you were supposed to be hitting me up for a documentary, sir. How the hell did we go from a documentary conversation to you telling me about your girlfriend, and then you want to call me shit like sis, and you want to like what? I'm like, I'm not wasting my time. I'm not. And then there's another guy. We were a little bit like, cool. Y'all, he has been crashing out because I have not been responding to him. And I'm like, I ain't about to respond to your old 50-year-old ass. You're over here trying to talk to me because you need some energy to harvest. You need some emotional depth to get, and you can only get it from a woman. You're gonna have to find another woman to get it from because I'm not giving it to you. Yeah, too old. I'm like, I'm not putting up with that shit. Like, that's the thing as women, you have to limit your conversations with men because a lot of women underestimate how much emotional labor that they are doing for men. You are really doing a lot of emotional labor for men when they are asking you your point of view, when they are asking you your opinion, when they are coming to you to guide them through a situation, or ask what you think about something going on, or venting to you. You are doing emotional labor, and you're doing it for free, and you're doing it for someone that isn't even committed to you. No. It's so and guess what? The other guy, the documentary guy, he was even crashing out. He started crashing out because I stopped talking to him. No, I already peeped what it is that you're fucking doing. I'm not gonna sit here and waste an hour on the phone, 30 minutes on FaceTime, and you walk away from this conversation feeling all good and all pepped up and all good about yourself. And I'm over here tired and exhausted and I haven't gotten anything from this conversation. No. Mm-mm. No. If you trying to talk to me, I'll put on my glasses and I'll be a therapist, and you will need to pay me, $100 for the hour that you tell me all of your issues. Hit the thumbs up, guys. Hit the thumbs up for me. Go on ahead and like the live stream for me, please. The next Dusty. Okay. The situationship Dusty. I still cannot believe that there are women that are finding themselves in situationships. I really can't fathom it. I really don't understand why women are putting up with situationships, because there are not really very many women who are in a situationship and they're happy to be there. For most women, being in a situationship, you're just hoping that you're with you giving him your body, you're giving him your emotional energy, you're spending time with him. You're just hoping that you get a return on your investment, and the return that you're hoping for is commitment, and in most cases it's not going to happen. um a situationship is one-sided. Okay, for most situationships the man is winning every single time. Okay, he is always going to be the winner in the situationship because he already knows that you want a relationship. And so what will he do? He will dangle little things in your head. Like he will do things and like invite you to like meet his parents. He'll go that far. He'll go as far as to take pictures with you. He will do everything except actually commit to you. And the reason why is because he realizes that if he doesn't like do these small little things to make you feel as though you're getting closer to gaining a commitment from him, he understands that if he stops doing that, you're no longer going to entertain him anymore. So that's the reason why he's doing those things. Okay. I charge men 130 per hour to talk to me. I've had men FaceTime me, and before they call, they send me money for their time slot. See, I love that. I love that. That's how it should be. Your emotional energy is real. Your emotional energy is something that men are always trying to extract. But for the situation, Dusty, they're always going to be vague when it comes to how they want to define the relationship. So, I'm not looking for a title. I like what we have. Who says that we need to put anything on it? And the reason being is because it's not that he doesn't like you. I feel like I'm really sick of that narrative when it comes to you're not his dream girl. He hates you. It has nothing to do with you. Most men don't yearn for a commitment because most men understand that commitment means accountability and that commitment means consequences. The reason why he wants to be in a situationship is because he understands that actually if he decides, okay, I'm going to get committed and I actually like have to have this girl be my girlfriend, that means I can't entertain anybody else, and they don't want to live up to that standard. And so what'll happen is they'll just take girlfriend benefits and they'll just keep you in the rotation. So pretty much they have a whole girlfriend amongst like three different women. And like I said before, the situationship Dusty, they're gonna give you just enough attention to keep you hooked. So they'll take you out on dates, they'll bring you around the homeboys, they'll bring you around the family, they'll send you the good morning text messages, they'll do every single thing that you would do in a relationship aside from actually defining the relationship. Okay. The number one sign of you dealing with a Dusty is when you feel drained, when you feel unappreciated, when you feel stuck and you keep justifying it. Whenever a woman is complaining to me about a man and about a Dusty, listen, this is foolproof. Okay? This is foolproof. When a woman complains about a man and the complaint is either followed by or it's starting out with justifying the behavior. So I know he's a good man, but I'm just so hurt that he cheated on me. That no, that can't exist. Both of those things can't exist in the same sentence. You can't say I know he's a good man, but I'm sick of him cheating on me. I know he's a good man, but I'm tired of him I'm tired of him not paying any bills. I'm tired of having to pay the rent or pay the car note or let him borrow my car. Those two things would they don't exist together. They don't. And so as soon as a woman starts justifying any reason as to why this man is a good man and making up excuses for him, I already know that she has at this point she's addicted to the dust. Okay, she is addicted. Good men don't cause you grief, period, only relief. Yeah, good men are only going to do things to make your life easier. That's it. You'll never have to perform for a man that really cares about you. He really values you. He wants to make your life easier. Nope, tell them you are looking for a serious man, so bye-bye. Yep. I just got out of a situationship a few days ago. Well, congratulations. I'm very proud of you for getting out of a situationship. I know it's hard, especially if it was a very, very long-term relationship, because there are some women, they'll be in 4-year, 5-year situationships. And I'm like, oh, child, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I'm off the market. Oh, you did that for someone else. Let me see. What about the man that wants a commitment, but he won't take you on dates? Dusty. That's a financial dusty. So it's like what I said earlier. The financial dusty, as soon as you bring up money, as soon as you bring up things that cost money, he will say he'll lock you down right away. He'll talk about love, he'll talk about commitment. It's because he doesn't have any money. He doesn't have enough money to want to take you out on dates. I remember being in a situationship. He told me that he had a construction job and was lying the entire time. I don't even need proof anymore. I live alone and I love it. Men will lie. Like they will lie so much about what it is that they do. Um, and especially if they're one of those men who they keep bringing it up and they keep bringing up work, they keep bringing up what they do. Like I said before, I have no problem testing men. And so I literally will ask them, oh, well, where do you work? Or what are your job duties? What are your daily job duties? And then what I'll do is I'll make a mental note of it. And if I deal with him long enough, I'll wait a month or 6 weeks and I'll ask him the same question and then see if his answer changed. And then I'll know that he's lying. Especially if it's a stark difference between the answer before, I know he's lying. All right. So how the next part, okay, the third part, how how to stop attracting dusties, okay, and start attracting higher quality men, okay? Understand that you're going to be single longer, okay? You just are. Your phone ain't going to be blowing up as often because we already talked about Dusties like women with no screening process. So, in order for you to not waste your time with a Dusty, you have to have a screening process. If you don't have any filter system, the Dusties are just going to fall right in your lap. And then you're going to be too tired. They're going to be draining all your energy. You're going to be too tired to want to keep dating in order for you to actually meet a man that is really worth a damn. So, you the goal isn't just to reject dusties, but you want to be a woman who ain't even going to attract them in the first place, okay? So the first thing is you got to raise your standards and you actually have to enforce them. um Honestly, women need to be more judgmental because men are very, very judgmental. Men look at how you dress, Men look at things like tattoos, they look at your hair color, they look at your nail length, they look at your bags that you wear, they look at what car that you drive, they look at the job, they listen to the job that you do. Men are highly judgmental, and the reason being is because men tend to have standards when it comes to them using women to get whatever it is that they want. And women need to do the same. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not swiping right on a guy that has like those fucking like thick ass like dreadlocks. I'm not swiping right on a guy that is wearing all that ridiculous designer. I'm not swiping right on a guy that he's just very poorly dressed. I'm not swiping right on a man that his bio, his vocabulary is poor. I'm very, very judgmental. Okay. You have to talk properly. You have to be well dressed. You need to either have a college education or you need to be in a successful form of entrepreneurship or some type of business. You have to be judgmental. I feel as though women are not judgmental enough. They're not. He's not women aren't judgmental enough because women always have this mentality, I just need a man, I just need a man, and I'll just take whatever I can get. Taking whatever you can get is always you're gonna get a dusty. If your mentality is I'll take what I can get, you are always going to attract a dusty. I had a man a few months back, make sure he told me he has 300K in the bank. He is 60. LMAO, sir. Just know. Yep. As soon as they start, oh, yeah, I have $30,000 or I make this or I make that, they start flaunting off their degrees. You already know it's overperformative. They're lying. Point blank period. They would show you. There would be non-verbal ways that you would know that someone is making that amount of money based off where they lived, what car are they driving, how they speak. Like, it'll literally be a man who's like using slang, he doesn't fucking talk properly, and he'll sit here and tell you that he makes $300,000 a year. Doing what? Laundering money, scamming people, and you talk like that? I doubt it. How do you tell a man to stop pulling up to your place unexpectedly? Girl, bring out a weapon. Bring out a weapon the next time he come out. It could be any weapon, a can of beans in some pantyhose and start swinging it around. I got PTSD from this man pulling up next to my car random times of the day. Yeah, girl, that's all you gotta do. Put some beans in some pantyhose and start swinging it around and act like a hooligan. Ah! Start acting all types of crazy, girl. Start acting crazy as hell. Come out and do a back bend and walk backward. Start crawling all crazy. Start acting insane. He'll never pull up again. Be like, oh, you caught me in the middle of my ritual. Ah. He'll never pull up again. He'll never pull up again, I promise you. Oh my god, this is so dudes with locks, braids, and plaits are always broke. Yes. Men that have, I'm sorry, men that, because the thing about it is this. This is the reason why, especially with black men, I have a very large issue with them like coming for black women whenever they say that they like black women's like natural hair, because any man that says that he prefers a woman with natural hair, in most cases he's probably not educated. In most cases he's probably not in like corporate America or in some high earning place, because the black men that I've dated, they all have a college education. And I even had one black guy tell me like that he wanted to have locks at one point, but he never got them because he's like, I have a master's degree and where I work at, like the demographic that I work around, like I'm a manager. Like they wouldn't look at me the same, you know? And those are the type of men that understand they're self-aware enough of how they are being judged by other people. And so men that say that they don't like that they want women to have natural hair, it means that those are the type of men where they'll go to a very nice fancy place and they'll come with sagging jeans, they'll come with Jordan ones, they'll come with a fucking t-shirt and then wonder why the nice place won't let them in, and it's because you don't have any sense of awareness of how other people are perceiving you. You don't want to be with a person that doesn't take into account how other people perceive them. You don't. And at the end of the day, you're going to be perceived a certain way when you have your hair done a certain way in most places. It usually you have to be lucky enough to work in a facility or in an environment where your hair, no one will judge you. Sir, are you here for the sacrifice? Girl, I tell you, as soon as he come out, have the sage ready. Got have the sage right at the front door, burn the sage and go and wave the sage all around and be like, "Oh, you're ready. You made it in for the sacrifice, girl." I would have some watered down ketchup and everything, making it be like it's blood. Oh, girl. Some men that have dreads also look very feminine if they were to cut them. It's used as a mask at times. Yeah, like I said before, a lot of what men do with their own personal style, a lot of it is just performative in order for your vulnerabilities to be lowered around them so that way they could take advantage. So, when it comes to raising your standards, in order for you to not deal with dusties, the issue that a lot of women have is that women give men the benefit of the doubt too soon. Okay. And it goes back to what I said about you screening them early. Like I said at the bar, if a man it like you're using your energy already to talk to this man, okay? Because on a subconscious level, you really don't want to talk to him. Okay, a lot of the time he really ain't all that good looking. He got an ill-fitting suit on. His outfit ain't really put together. I mean, these modern men are most of them are fucking crusty as hell. Okay, they can't dress. They stand up on the wall all night. Like they bond with each other and don't talk to a woman. Weird vibes out here. And so women will look past all of that stuff and then give the man the benefit of the doubt. Like he won't buy you a drink the whole night and then you want to ride in his car with him and have him take you home. No. Why? So you can get a quick feel and rub my leg in the goddamn car. You didn't even buy me a drink. You didn't even ask me if I was hungry. You didn't even like do anything additional. And so women women the best way for you to avoid being near a dusty, you should always have men mentally be in jail. They have to be in jail and they have to work their way out of jail. That's how I deal with men. Okay. That's the reason why Dusties, I don't really attract Dusties because all men are in jail. The way I see all men and they're all in prison. Any man that approaches me, he is in jail automatically. And so there are certain things that he has to do in order to be able to get out of jail. Once he does enough things like in he won't even be freed yet from jail. Okay, I keep these men in solitary confinement. Okay, they will literally be in solitary confinement 23-1, and in order for them to get the one, they gonna have to fucking buy something. They're gonna have to do something to make my life easier just for them to get the one, just for them to get the 1 hour. And then once they start doing more things, okay, cool. Then I'll go on ahead and you can get out of solitary confinement and you could start kikiing, with the other inmates or whatever. And then et cetera and et cetera and et cetera. Jail resets every week. He has to work his way out weekly. Girl, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, that's how you have to look at these men because too many men They're you looking at them free. They have all the freedom in the world, and then you're waiting for them to fuck up to finally do something. And you'll wait 10 times for them to fuck up for you to finally charge them. They're fucking up 10 times for them to actually be charged with something. And it's like, what? No wonder why these men are running amok and doing whatever the hell they want to do because women keep giving men the benefit of the doubt. No. Mm-mm. Put the ankle monitor on. Exactly. Exactly. The next thing is you need to set boundaries around uh the finances, emotions, and the mental boundaries early. Okay. Um this is the reason why men were so upset when women were like, "No, I don't want you to take me to Cheesecake Factory. I don't want you to take me to TGI Fridays." Me personally, I haven't eaten at those places in a very long time. And the biggest thing is that you have to set a standard for your own life first. That is my biggest piece of advice. This is the reason why men keep getting frustrated because women will like I'll go out to lunch and I'll spend like $150 on my damn self. You know, I'll get a few drinks, I'll get a nice entree, I'll get a nice meal at a very like nice steakhouse and bill will come and I'm paying like $100. And so this is why, when men are sending you a little funky ass $30, I mean, yeah, it's something, but if I'm spending $100 on myself to get something to eat, I'm really not going to be all that impressed by a man that's giving me, $30. Will I take it? I definitely will take it. No doubt. I definitely will take it. So like for instance, my personal boundary. I know I've said it multiple times. I know a lot of women want a man to plan the date. I do not allow men to plan dates. I do not allow them to do it. I am in control. Okay. And when it comes to you dating men, you need to be in control. Men are not supposed to be leading you. They're not. Because if you let a man lead you, they're going to lead you to no man's land. They're going to lead you into poverty. They're going to lead you into they're going to lead you to just being all types of fucked up. And so you have to be very intentional about what you want to get out of the dating experience. And honestly, love shouldn't be one of them. Okay. Love should not be on the forefront of what you are trying to get out of the dating experience. You need real, tangible items, real experiences. That's what you need to be caring about in the dating experience, in the dating pool. So when I date, I already know what restaurants I want to go to. I've been to enough restaurants. I'm a huge foodie. I know exactly where I want to go. So I tell a man straight up, hey, I want to go to XYZ. Here is the menu. If he doesn't want to take me to that place, then I'm not going out on a date with him. There won't be a date. Not doing it. Not doing it. Everyone else tells women to be feminine and let the man lead. And that's terrible advice. That's terrible advice. This is the reason why women are getting pulled up to a date and they're like, this is where you're taking me. I got to go 50. Now you want me to pay for the date? No. If you tell the man straight up, no, I want to go to Mastro's. I want to go to Ruth Chris. I want to go to this place. And he doesn't do it. Why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting your time in the first place? You should, because the thing about it is this: why is this man pursuing you? He, in most cases, is pursuing you because he wants to sleep with you, right? He's hoping that he can sleep with you. Why should you let a man lead you to his standard in order to get access to you? That makes no sense. That makes zero sense. So you mean to tell me all it takes is for a man to plan a date and he's in his head, he's like, oh, okay, well, I plan the date. So she's gonna think that I'm gonna sleep with her. I could sleep with her. No. We have to go to a place that I want to go of my caliber. And if you don't want to go to that place, well, then we're just not gonna go because guess what? I'm getting something out of this. And I'm gonna make sure that I get what I want out of it first before you do. By the way, I also choose the date location because I have high standard. And guess what? That's how it should be. And not only this, if y'all really peep game, okay, because at a very young age, I peep game with men. Whenever I would let a man plan the date, I started to realize that the man would always plan the date close to his house. I want you to start paying attention to that. And you'll notice, I even put it on Facebook. I literally posted it on Facebook because most of the people on my Facebook are men. And I literally made a post. If you let a man plan the date, he's going to plan it close to his house so he could try to sleep with you. And I got so many likes from men. So many likes from men because they know I know what the fuck I'm talking about. The man is going to plan a date to close to his house. He don't give a damn about the experience that he's to give you. He doesn't care. Hold on. Sorry about that. They don't care. They don't care about that. They don't care about that. They don't care about what experience it is that they're trying to give you. They're over here like, I want to see what it is that I need to do to be able to sleep with this girl. The date isn't walking distance from his house. Yep. They coming to take, not give. Exactly. Exactly. And most men are going to be dusties. They're not there to give you a good experience. They're not. Most men are not necessarily there to try to impress you. They only want to impress you to have a chance to sleep with you. And they want you to drink or smoke. Exactly. They want you inebriated so that way it's easier to go arse you. This is why you should never meet up with a man over drinks. Never. You should never meet up with a man over any type of substance. Men are very calculated. Men are very manipulative. He knows that if y'all go out to a bar and y'all drink, you're going to be loose. You're going to be relaxed. You're going to be more susceptible to say yes. He's going to be looking more attractive to you. It's going to be easier for him to get you into bed. No, we're going to the place that I want to go. We're going to the restaurant that I want to go. I'm getting something out of this. And some of them make excuses of having to go pick up something quick from their home. Don't fall for it. Exactly. Many women don't understand what, who, and men are. Learn history, ladies. Exactly. I had a sponsor for 1.88 acres. Ooh. My drug dealing relatives always told me never meet a man who supports your vice. Never. You'll be deep in the pits of hell with him. You will. You'll be deep in the pits of hell with this man if you are ever with a man that's going to provide your vice for you, provide you to enable you with some form of addiction. What's your move after a man of means has triple texted you? It depends on what he said. Have you gotten access to the means? Have you gotten access to the means yet? That's the number one thing. Have you gotten access to the man's means? All right. So, the next thing with raising your standards is you have to stop feeling guilty for wanting better. A lot of women feel as though they're not deserving. A lot of women are too afraid to state what it is that they want. Like women are so afraid to ask for money. Why? Men have no problem DMing you. They don't even know you, asking you straight up, "Can I sleep with you?" Like telling you, "Oh yeah, I want to do XYZ." Da, da, da. You might as well ask for what it is that you want. The worst that they're gonna do is what? Say no. Say no, call you a gold digger. I'm pretty for sure that won't be the end of the world. I'm pretty positive it won't be the end of the world if they call you that. I had a Dusty a few years ago beg me to smoke every time we hung out. I gave up smoking because of him. He made it icky AF. Listen, most of the men that I've actually been in a relationship with, they do no substances. They don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't do anything. Um, yeah. I try to avoid men that do substance because usually men of means, usually men that have their shit together, they don't run this, they don't use substances. They don't. Men that are entrepreneurs, men that are CEOs, CFOs, JDs, MDs, they don't use any vices. They don't. So nope. Mm-mm. I prefer men that don't do that, they don't drink, they don't smoke, anything like that. Okay, so the next thing is changing your energy. Okay. Making sure you're not Barbara the Builder, trying to fix these men. Um, Stop trying to heal men who should be healing themselves. A lot of these men, when they're leading in with their trauma, they're trying to trauma bond with you because they want you to cut your nurturing. They want you to cut your nurturing mode on. Well, he's just been so troubled and he's just been through a lot and life's just been so hard on him and he doesn't have anyone. Okay, and that's not your problem. That's his problem. He's grown and he's a man. Okay? Like he has if life is so hard on him, he could talk to a therapist. He ain't got no friends. You mean to tell me it's all these people in the world and it ain't one person outside of you that can help him? It's got to be you? No. No. Next is stop making excuses for red flags. Like, stop making justifications. A lot of women don't lead with their intuition, and a lot of women don't ever want to pay attention to the little feelings that they have inside about something. Oh, well, maybe he did, maybe he's not texting me back because of this, or maybe he's not texting me back because of that. I think women are very fearful of looking like they're crazy, looking like they're overreacting, and this is the reason why men are always going to say, "You're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy." Crazy is code for you were right. You were right a little bit too soon. You knew exactly what the fuck you were talking about, and I've been caught. Like, no, you have to be okay with coming off as overreacting and coming off as potentially maybe being crazy, because it's like usually if you think that something is wrong, you know that something is wrong and you really can't cover up a stab wound with a band-aid. So you making all these excuses for these red flags. Oh, well, he's just living with me because his mom kicked him out and he lost his job, and he blinked too many times today. Like, coming up with all these crazy excuses to take care of these men, it's ridiculous. Go ahead and hit the thumb for me. Go ahead and hit the thumb. We should at least have like 100 likes. We should at least have 100 likes. We got 142 people in here. A man 2 weeks ago, I swear, started crying when he said his ex-wife had an affair. I sat there and drank my wine looking so unbothered. He was pissed. Exactly, because he realizes that he can't get pity from you. He figured that you were going to be like, "She's terrible. How dare she? She's horrible." And you were just like, "Mhm. Mhm." Not caring. Men really rely on women to use their emotions for everything. And it's getting to the point where women are like, "I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and invest all of my emotions into you. For what? For what?" A man who says you are too smart for your own good. Yep. That's why men don't like women to be educated. It's harder to get over on educated women. It's a lot harder. You can't fool an educated woman. You can't fool her. Listen, my own father has literally said it. My own dad has said it. He was like, "Listen, you are way too smart for your own good." And he literally has said it. He was like, "If I was ever with a woman who knew as much as you," like, he's like, I would never, I don't think I could ever deal with a woman who would ever be like that smart, because I know I wouldn't be able to like get away with things. I know I wouldn't be able to, get away with bullshit because she's actually going to know what the hell is going on. She's actually going to know what signs it is to look for. Like my father literally has like told me like, "Oh, shh, like don't talk about that. Like my girl's coming, my girl's coming. Like I don't want her to know the game. Like I don't want her to know about these things." Imagine offering me head, but I ask if you brush your tongue. Exactly. When was your last dental checkup, sir? You got any infected teeth in there? Go let me get my let me get my little pin light and see what's going in there. Then let me look at them cavities. What about men who don't give head? Oh, those men don't exist in my life. Those men don't exist in my life. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm-mm. Hold on, let me close my door all the way. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe how many women that I was friends with, and they literally would tell me that they would be intimate with men that would not pleasure them orally. I'm like, "What?" What? That's mm-mm. I feel like that should I mean, if you want that, you shouldn't be dealing with a man who wouldn't give you that. Like, they're gay, they would have to be I feel like they're gay and they don't like women. They don't like women. There's just no way. And here's the thing, even if they do it, this is another thing too. Even if they do it and I could tell that they're not interested in it, I can tell that Johnson is like not responding. I won't deal with them again either. I won't deal with them again either because I'm like, okay, yeah, you're doing it, but like I could tell you don't want to do it. It's not even, I'm not going to waste my time. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's a deal breaker for me. They be struggling. I'm like, and then even if like I try to like help them and I could tell that like they don't even want my help, I don't talk to them anymore. I don't talk to them anymore. You should really want to get instruction from a person on how you can please them. You should want that. Like you should want to do the things that is necessary to help your partner out in the bedroom. Like even when it comes to like how fast they're like going or how long they're lasting, like come on, dude. Like if you know for a fact that you're taking 2 minutes, it's a mental thing, okay? Usually men that can like last longer, okay, aside from like the hormone things, it's because their mentality is strong. It's because they're thinking of something to make sure that they can, some men feel like it's submitting to a woman. Oh, 100%. For misogynistic men, um, orally pleasing a woman, it makes them feel very small. It bruises their ego. And this is why I said that I don't even with men that do it, the men that are not down there and they're happy to be down there, I don't deal with them because either like I'm sorry, but as a woman, a man should be worshiping you, okay, in every way possible, okay? One of the ways he should be worshiping you is in the bedroom. Okay, he should be kissing every crevice of your body. He should be looking at you like you are a chiseled, perfected piece of art. He should be gazing into your eyes and like taking in every measure of pleasure from you and giving it all back to you times 10 because like he just is so enamored by being around you and like being in your presence and having this energy exchange. Like They have to worship me. It's all or nothing. They have to worship me. They have to kiss the ground that I walk on. If you don't worship me, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Exactly. If he isn't obsessed by, he doesn't like kissing, and women still fall for the middle school tactics. Chow. He doesn't like kissing. Chow. I dated this Irish guy who would please me orally, but did not want me to please him orally. I was like, cool, but was very surprised. I've had that happen before. I've had that happen before, which, I mean, I've never been mad at that. I honestly, I've never been mad at that ever. One less thing I gotta do. The next thing, I mean, we already kind of touched on it, but stop lowering your standards just to have company. Okay, please stop lowering your standards just to have someone around, just for your phone to go off, just to have someone in the presence of your space, just to be able to go out publicly with someone. Please stop. If you're not getting exactly what it is that you want from the interaction with this man, and if the man is not making sure or thinking about it, being mindful about the fact that he's making sure that you are getting something out of it, you need not deal with this man anymore. Like, that this is why self-care is so important. It's a whole ritual, and it's giving out a frequency that says, I worship me, so you need to worship me to gain access. Exactly. This is why things such as like your appearance, how you carry yourself, um, the time that you invest into your beauty, the time that you invest into your health, it is really, really important. It is. It's really important because you're signaling to everyone that I'm worth the investment. I'm worth the investment through time. I'm worth the investment through money. I'm worth the investment through energy because I'm giving it to myself. Who else will, if you don't invest in you, who would want to invest in you? Right? Who would want to invest in you? When when app developers, when app developers want to sell their app or like have their app be very popular, they invested all types of time to create the app, right? They invested all the time in coding, the designing, the syncing to like Mac, the syncing to Android, all that stuff. They've invested all that time and energy into developing. And so in order for that app to become big, what do they have to do? They have to get money from investors. And investors will give them money when they believe in their vision. When they look at the app and they say, oh wow, they put a lot of work into this. They really made sure that they were very meticulous. They made sure that they know what the people are wanting. And so that will make the investor want to give them money to make that app popular, to be able to, so that way they can make money off of that app. And this is the reason why the investment starts into what you get with yourself. And a man that sees value in you, he will want to invest into you because he understands the value of a woman. He understands that if I invest into her emotionally, mentally, financially, all of the ways that she needs, I will get a return on my investment because that is the nature of a woman. The nature of a woman is abundant, naturally abundant. When you don't give a woman anything, she's not going to give you anything. A woman is not going to be able to make a baby if you don't give her sperm. A woman is not going to be able to make a house if you don't give her a home. A woman is not going to be able to make a meal if you don't give her groceries. I've already been single for years. I'm 43 now. I guess there's no hope. Honestly, I look at it like this, okay? It's not that there's no hope. For a lot of women, it's really just what your expectations are. Like, honestly, it really is just what your expectations are. It's really not about being single. It's about you having experiences at least with you dating, where you can gain things, being I'm sorry, but like being able to say that you have a boyfriend, being able to say that you're married is not enough. It's just not enough. Okay, there are a lot of women out here in relationships with Dusties. There are a lot of married women out here, they're married with Dusties. The biggest thing is that you have to be real. You have to know male nature. You have to be realistic about what you want, and you have to know what you want, and like really, really ask yourself. But like love and companionship, that should never be in the forefront of what a woman wants. I'm sorry. You need tangible things. You need experiences. Point blank. Period. My last ex, I have perfume, shoes, clothes. He took me to Mexico. Like, even though that relationship didn't work, I wasn't even sad about breaking up with him because I'm like, I got shit to this day that I reap benefit from by being in that relationship, because I went into the relationship with, like I do with every relationship, it it's things that I want, and unless I'm getting those things, I'm not going to be in the relationship. I'm not going to entertain you. Yeah, tangibles and experiences. Love, no. If you want love, go get a cat, go get a dog, go adopt a child, go to the sperm bank or get a surrogate or do IVF and have a child. Hang out with your family. If you have a good relationship with your family, if you have a best friend, you can have love from your best friend. Love is not only men are the last people you should ever want love from anyway. Honestly, men are the last people that you should ever want love from. We've been so brainwashed to think that the only form or the best form of love that you're going to get or that you should be getting is from a man. No, that's the worst form of love. That's the worst form of love out there. I ask straight up, show me something new. 8 out of time, I meet them out active. Exactly. Exactly. Many men don't care about health, hygiene, or eating well. That's why they're all sassy. All they do is fucking eat chicken wings and drink Hennessy all day and smoke blunts and then wonder why they're 30 years old and they got ED. Like, no wonder you have ED. You eating all them hormone pumped up chicken wings. You ain't got no testosterone from all that goddamn drinking. You got 3 brain cells left in your brain from smoking all them blunts all day. You could barely hear you listening to all that bass, all that rap music, all that boom, boom, boom. Like, no, child. Mm-mm. Exactly. Viagra prescription at 28. Exactly. So men cannot really love like that for real. No, they can't. Not in the way that women want them to. No, they cannot. Men are energy siphoners. Men are parasitic. Men, in most cases, are never going to be able to reciprocate the love that women give to them. They're not. Men are not good for love. They're not. Applebee's and Cheesecake Factory is a step above McDonald's. No thanks. Exactly. Listen, little kids get excited to go to Applebee's and Cheesecake Factory. Okay? As a little kid, I was excited to go to Applebee's, Cheesecake Factory, TGI Friday, Ruby Tuesdays. That's where kids like to go. Grown adults that have money, that like luxury, that like the finer things in life, you'll go to places like Applebee's when it ain't no goddamn place to go as a last resort. Real adults are not like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to Cheesecake Factory. No. Like what? No. I can order me a slice of cheesecake right now. The hell? How can I give you an open book quiz and you still fail? Show me how to tie my laces and change a tire. Hell, exactly. A man has to override his entire nature to reach divinity. Most don't have that level of discipline and patience. Exactly. Exactly. To get close enough to the feminine for a man to not offer anything tangible, there is a lot of work that he has to do. Like literally, it's like I kid you not, it's like times 100 what the work women have to do because women are already connected to a higher power. We're already connected to spirit. So we can ascend much easier than men can because we're the value. Okay, we were here first. Like, if you look into history, women were here first. We're the superior gender. Women really don't understand how much of their power that they're giving up when they're expecting men to protect, to provide, to lead. That's not what they're supposed to be doing. That's the reason why men hate it so much. That's the reason why men are resisting it so much because things are going back into natural order. It was never this way. See, when men speak of tradition, there's like most people when they think of history, most people don't go any further than like the latest, like the 1920s and 1930s. People typically don't go further back in history. Okay? Go look up videos of archaeologists, okay, and what they dig up and what bones they dig up, and you'll see, okay, things will make sense. Life will get a lot easier when you know the natural order. Maybe I need to do a video on it for you all to understand. But the biggest thing is that I'm telling you, men are not protectors and providers. They're not. They're really, really not. They were lied to. They were told that they needed to provide and protect to pretty much build the country. That's it. Other men told them to do that so that way men could build the country for rich men. That's why they were told that they were providers and protectors. How are you going to tell me that men are protectors when like 98% of homicide is committed by men? 90% of our wordings is done by men. Most men are PDF files. Like you mean to tell me that those statistics scream protector to you? Provider. Most wealth in the world is by men. Most of the wealthiest people in the world are men. So you mean to tell me men are providers, but the billionaires in the world have created a system where you go clock in at a job 9 to 5 and you have to beg for a fucking 3% raise, but the CEO of the company, the owner of the company has enough money so that no one has to work a day in their goddamn life. And you're literally gonna sit here and tell me that men are providers? No, they're not. There is no evidence that they are providers. There is no evidence that they are protectors. It's just brainwashing. Exactly. They couldn't even protect our ancestors from slavery. Child, please. Exactly. And I always, specifically black men, I always remind black men of this, especially when black men always say that black women are very masculine. Black women from the beginning of time have had no choice but to be masculine. Harriet Tubman, a woman, freed the most slaves. Okay. She was a woman and she freed the most slaves. She was the one that got people free, men and women. It was a woman who had to have our people be free. Men are lazy. Men are very, very lazy. If there was no woman that stepped up, we would still be slaves. They resist being the provider and protector and are naturally submissive, yet they resist the nature of the same at the same time. Exactly. Exactly. Men have a lot of cognitive dissonance. Men have a lot of cognitive dissonance. A black man fought for the right to own slaves here in the US. Yes, it's always a woman masterminding and spearheading things. And like, okay, even Frederick Douglass. Okay, Frederick Douglass helped slaves be freed, but if you look into history, he didn't allow his wife to read or write. He freed slaves and did not allow his own wife to read and write. Will you be on the spiritual channel this week? Yes, I'll be posting on the spiritual channel. Let me think. Tomorrow's Thursday, so I'll post on the spiritual channel on Friday. So this is why I don't give men credit for a lot of things because okay, yes, they will write in a document, okay, yeah, they freed slaves, but when you actually look at the real history, they still were oppressing women. They still were oppressing their own wives. Yes. Yes. They've really never been akin to us ever. This is why I get very frustrated when black men this is why I get very frustrated when black men always try to say like the black community. There's never really been a such thing as the black community. We've really never been a community. We've really never been unified. Anthony Johnson, a black man, was the first slave owner in the colonies, Virginia. Yep. I could have scaled a partnership spa 500K for the first year. My male cousin wanted clout and popularity while married. Mm-mm. Ridiculous. All right. Um, so the next thing is when it comes to you not dealing with these dusties and not being around them, you got to position yourself where the dusties are not, okay? I will never understand when I have women reach out to me or like friends talk to me and they'll be like, why do I keep attracting dusties? Why do I keep attracting dusties? Well, the reason why I keep attracting dusties is because you keep going when you're going out to the bar, when you're going out to the club, when you're going out to restaurants, you're going to the hole in the wall in the hood where Pookie and Ray Rays go. No one with any means, no one with any success, no one with any value is going to go into those places. They're not going to go into those places at all. So, come on, it would be like playing the lottery. You going into those places would literally be like you playing the lottery and expecting to hit the lottery. It's just not going to happen because that's not where the value is. Those type of people that you're looking for don't go to those places. So, you have to do one of two things. You have to either upgrade your environment if your finances will allow you to. So live like near or in like a wealthy area, a nice suburb, or right outside of a nice suburb. Or you just go do your errands and go do things in those nice areas. So you go grocery shopping, you can get a gym membership in those areas. Something where it'll have you be in those areas often. So that way, number one, you can run into more people, but also number two, you can get comfortable being around those people. Okay, I feel like the second part is the most important part. You feeling comfortable around those type of people because if you grew up like, if you grew up in like more lower income or even if you were middle class and like for instance, for example, so like I grew up relatively middle class, and I remember when I had like got an Amex card and they have like the Delta Sky Lounge that you can use. I remember I got my Amex card and then I went in the Delta Sky Lounge for the first time and I was like, damn, like it's some ballers up in here. You know what I mean? You can't be ratchet and like say that out loud. You can't be like, damn, there's some ballers up in here. Those people gonna look at you fucking crazy. But you have to remind yourself to like not put yourself out of place. And not to mentally make yourself stick out like a sore thumb and like remind yourself that like you belong here, like you're meant to be here. So getting yourself comfortable in those environments. Exactly. Attend conferences, check board of tourism. Yep. Yeah, just breaking out of your shell to go in these environments where you're going to be around men that they have their shit together. The Friday night guys are not out on dates with their girlfriends or not out partying. Exactly. They're always men that have their shit going on. They're always going to be in environments where it's a form of self improvement. So they're gaining knowledge of some sort. So they're at some type of conference. They are improving their health. So they're going to be at a gym. They're going to be at a wellness center. um them them like having like being at a place where they can also get work done, so like very nice like coffee places, very nice environments where it's easy for you to do work, certain grocery stores. So someone mentioned Whole Foods. Yep, Whole Foods, they gonna be in places like that. Men that have means are always trying to figure out a way to expand upon their means. They're always trying to figure out a way to get smarter, um, to earn more money, to look better. And I know this because my dad is one of them. My dad goes to the gym like 5 days a week. He like in like literally like my dad shops at the damn farmers market. Like there actually are people that I've ran into that I'm like, oh damn, like you, like wow, like you're a businessman. You're actually here at the farmers market. Wow, okay. But yeah, like my dad actually will like really only go, like my dad's very picky about the environments that he goes to. Like he won't just take an invite to go any old place. Like my father's really, really particular about where he uses his energy to spend his time, the people that he surrounds himself with, and things like that. Sauna and bathhouses are trendy in certain major metros. Yes. Go to Whole Foods right after work or Friday nights. Yep. If you can, code switch and a major credit card. Exactly. Pick organized adult activities and comfortable environment. Yes. And allowing yourself to, another way that you can do this too. Um Especially if you're okay and you're comfortable around other women, and you kind of know how to act around other women. Another way that you can do this is like do group classes. You could do things like Orange Theory, you could do things like Pilates and things like that. And if you end up making friends at those group classes, at some point, usually they tend to have like some type of like party, some type of outing, because those are all things where like it takes money to do. And if you become cool with those women, they will usually invite you to a party, a get together, and stuff like that. And so then you will be you'll be in their little circle, and then you'll be able to kind of piggyback off of their connections in order for you to meet other people. All right, so I already told you guys you got to start hanging out where there are successful men. Um, Also, leveling up your image, your confidence, and your mindset. Okay, in order for you to be able to attract men that aren't dusties. Listen, for the most part, dusties know that bougie women have a look, expensive women have a look, educated women have a look. Um, Usually, I remember when I was younger, right? And I remember I had worked at the Coach store. I worked at the handbag company Coach. I had worked there when I was super super young. And I remember I ended up crying afterward because I took such offense to it. I was so sad about it. But I remember my boss had told me cuz we had a dress code, and so um, honestly, I've always liked my hair a little messier. I've always liked my hair to be like very big, and my natural hair is very, very curly. I've always liked my hair to be kind of like a wild child. And I remember my boss was like, she was like, I want you to like look a little bit more like polished. And so when it comes to, and that's the thing, it's simply just because of the people that would shop at Coach. Like it's because you want to be able to look a certain way to cater to a certain type of demographic. It really was no diss at me on a personal level. It was just usually men of means, they typically want to be around women that are polished. So like even with me, like I have tattoos, that's not going to rub everybody the right way. You know what I mean? It is like a barrier to entry when it comes to some men. Whatever, it is what it is. I like my tattoos. But they tend to like you to be polished. We only need one more like to get to 100. Who's going to be the 100th like? Press the thumb for me. Um Meet businessmen who want your company and will give you game. Increase your FICO and obtain a shell corp. Exactly. Usually, them are going to be the white men. I'm just keeping it real. Me learning all the most of the business in and outs. me learning like getting my credit up and things like that, and me understanding about like investments and stock and crypto and stuff like that. I learned all that stuff from white men. Do you regret getting tatted? Occasionally, but very, very rarely. Very, very rarely do I ever regret it. Um yeah, because the thing about it is that like I do like men with tattoos. I am very like attracted to men with tattoos, but ironically, pretty much all my long-term relationships, none of them had tattoos at all. Yeah, exactly. I met the most influential and rich men at the airport and on the plane. Exactly. Yep, exactly. But yeah, and also my tattoos are tastefully done. They're tastefully done, and like honestly, I have like a really good lie whenever like someone will try to like cuz really no one's I always get compliments on my tattoos. No one's ever looked at my tattoos and been like, "Ew," because they're very tasteful. Like the artwork is really, really pretty. But the thing about it is that like no matter what, on a natural level, it's really always it's gonna be a couple things or maybe one thing about you that and it might make you like stand out. But the thing about it too is that men that don't like tattoos, for me personally, if they don't like tattoos, in most cases, they're not gonna like me because typically men that don't like tattoos, they tend to have a very closed-minded opinion of women. And so for me, it's actually kind of like a screener in a sense with my tattoos because I already know if he doesn't like tattoos, he won't like any of my viewpoints. He won't like any of my viewpoints. He won't like any of my opinions. So exactly. Cheap tattoos are a no-go if you do get them. Exactly. I've always gotten compliments. There's been no one that's ever been like, I don't like your tattoo. So other men give you game to get closer. Old black men will dangle opportunities like a carrot. Yeah, they will. Your tats are nice. They look like art. Aw, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's interesting because I have big curly hair and these affluent men will eat it up. That's what I say. Like honestly, I feel like this. People there's different types of men, and this is the thing. This is why like cuz here's the thing, you can be polished and still have curly hair. You can be polished and still have curly hair. Um I look at it like this. There are men that really do like novelty, and I think with women being able to have more freedom and being able to have more expression, men really have no choice but to deal with women based on novelty because I mean, we all have so many different styles, like different hairstyles, different hair colors, different body shapes, different ways that we dress, tattoos, piercings, things like that. Um, I remember when I was on one of those websites, one of those sugar daddy websites. I remember there was one man on his profile, and he was like, "The hardest things to find in a woman are a woman who has no tattoos, a woman who is submissive," and then he said something else, and I was like, "See, that confirms." That confirms why I wouldn't even want to deal with a man who wouldn't like tattoos because usually they already have a frame of mind of how women should be, how women should look. I don't like men that think like that. I just like men who will look at a woman and be like, okay, she's attractive. And she's not attractive because she's looking like how she should look. He's attractive because he likes how you look. I'm 6 feet, slim with giant hair. I mainly attract men 50 plus, mostly white or non black. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. And you're slim. That's the thing. That helps a lot. And you're tall. You're like a supermodel. I have four covered butterfly pieces. They tell a story. By the last explanation, they want to make it better. Exactly. If men ever ask, I usually give them a sob story. I do because my tattoos really do like tell a story as well, but I kind of do make it like worse than what it really is. Like it's more of like symbolism in my tattoos as opposed to like any like bad thing happening or like overcoming anything per se. And when they ask, they usually eat it up. Men are easy. That's the thing. Men are very, very easy. So all of this like hoopla about like, oh, you have to dress this way, you have to look like this way. Do I feel as though yes? I mean, can you is there a way for you to set yourself up for the best success? Absolutely. Like I'm not going to tell a girl to go put on a pink wig and wear her little Charlotte Russe t-shirt and legging outfit and go find a provider. Like I'm not going to do that because I wouldn't be setting that person up for success. But yeah, date your age, that way you have stuff in common. Yep. Or just someone that's open, someone that's older and open-minded. Although I don't know, I date both. I still will date men that are around my age, and then I will go for like significantly older. Just honestly, it just depends. Honestly, it just depends. Okay, so how can you reject a dusty? I mean, rejecting a dusty is easy over like through your phone or through like a message or DM or whatever. It's very easy to do because all you gotta do is block their ass. But if a dusty does approach you, I'm never big on being rude. That's the thing. It's more so for safety purposes because I do understand that men do have like their ego is very, very fragile. They're babies, and so it's not so much that I want to protect their ego. I just want to protect myself. So I try to like mix like being firm with being fun, and so I try to just let them down like easy while making them still like kind of feel confident about them, themselves. So, you know, when men are like, "Oh, I want to vibe," I don't want to have a relationship really. I don't really want to put a title on it. And I'm like, you're cute. Yeah, I'm sure you can find someone else to do that with though, but it won't be me. You'll find someone to do that with though. But thank you. I don't want to waste your time. Usually, I always remind men that I don't want to waste their time, and usually that works. It's like older men closer to retirement who enjoyed their craft will want paid company while giving advice. Yep. I don't know. Old men that are single, red flag. I feel like this, regardless if you're dating or dealing with someone that's older or younger, I look at it like this. Very rarely is it gonna be long term because men are very good for the bait and switch. So I look at it like this. Get what you can for as long as you can and then go deal with somebody else, whether they're younger, whether they're older. Okay, because it ain't finna last forever anyway. So just get what you can and move on to the next. Because I've had men that were around my age that were providers. I've had men that were like 65 and were providers. So it really don't matter. Just get what you can from these dudes. Point blank, period. For me, I just see power in numbers. I just see power in numbers. So I just kind of look at it like, I can spot a Dusty from a mile away. No matter what his age is, I can tell if someone's a Dusty or not, or if they're going to be wasting my time. So I kind of just look at it like that. Has your body ever rejected a man? Yeah, the one narcissist that I was with. The one narcissist that I was with. And then my last ex-boyfriend, yeah. But majority of the time, I feel like I choose pretty well where my body it doesn't reject them. But only two relationships where my body was like, no, girl, mm-mm. That's why it's really important to pay attention to stuff like that, and you actually know your body and know how it responds when everything is copacetic and good and normal. Is 22 and 32 male too big of an age gap? It may be a crazy question, but he's into findom. Girl, as long as he's into findom and he really is paying you, who cares? Who cares? Get that money, girl. Get that money. Yeah, no one makes me more sick than the older Dusties. Like when it's an older Dusty, I'm just like, how dare you? How dare you? You're about to be croaking over anytime. You're about to croak any day now. You should be throwing your money out. You should be throwing your money out like no tomorrow. I listened to you while I work out and you made me laugh. Thank you. You're welcome. They just don't want to put in any work and want everything for free. Girl, it's because Pygmisha gave them everything for free and didn't make them work for anything. Exactly. Findom, get paid, do the tuition tick. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, child, talking about age gap and findom. At that point, who cares? Get the money, okay? Get the money. Make him worship you and have him be your pay pig. Get as much money as you can out of this guy. These older Dusties have some audacity. It's because Kevin Samuels told them that their value increases as they get older. So they're over here with a receding hairline, their hairline running faster, their hairline running more often than them running. They got a beer belly, big old gut. They got cataracts. They A1C is through the roof and they don't even know it because they ain't went to the doctor and they got the nerve to have all these standards through the roof and be stingy. Like, sir, you being stingy with this money and you about to croak over in like 5 years as if you could take the money with you. It's always a good idea to have older males, even if your dad isn't around. Recruit a counselor, pastor, mentor, uncles in your circle because men are scared of other men. Exactly. This is the reason why I always remind men of my father. I always remind men of the male influence that I have in my life. Always. Because when you remind men that you have a positive male influence in your life, you have a very upstanding man as an example in your life, it will repel the Dusties. It will repel the Dusties because men, this is what's so funny. The goalpost is always moving for men. This is why you should take everything that they say with a grain of salt. They will shame women for not growing up with a father. Oh, you have daddy issues, yada, yada, yada. They will say all of that. But the thing about it is that most men have been able to get access to women because men weren't around, because their father wasn't around. So they'll move the goalpost to shame you because you don't have a father, but let you have a father that's rich, wealthy, upstanding, has done all the things. He would have wished you never had your father around because then he realizes, oh shit, the bar is high. Like, she's been a princess her whole life. Get your N95 mask. Hey, Queen, I'm late but missed your videos. Oh, well, welcome back. This is my third live stream this week. Yeah, because today's Wednesday. I'm always just getting off the line with a male relative right before my request. Yep, exactly. Yep, that's what I always say too. I always say that. I'm like, well, my daddy helps me. My daddy takes care of me, but time is running out. He says I need to go, I'd be lying. Like, I'd be lying. He says I need to go get a real job, or he says that, he's going to be cutting me off soon. Oh, yeah, men hate daddy's girls. They can't stand daddy's girls. That's why I tell them that I'm a daddy's girl. I ain't gonna sit here and pretend like I don't have a daddy. Why? So you can manipulate me and think I'm stupid and think I'm about to just settle for the bare minimum? Nope. Get away from me. I'm an all or nothing person. Either you're gonna give me what I want or you're not gonna be anywhere near me. Point blank, period. There are no ifs, ands, buts. There are no negotiations. There are no takebacks. There are no conversations that need to be had. You're giving me everything I want, or you're not going to be in my life. It's very simple. I'm not taking a half of a man, a quarter of a man, a fraction of a man, and I'm still not getting what I want. That's useless. I'll take a quarter of a man if the quarter of what he's giving me is what I want, because he's giving me the part that I want. I'm not going to just have a man around and he's not giving me anything that I desire. Exactly. Yes, Corey Holcomb has said this time and time again. Exactly. He likes women that don't have any money or anything because he can pretty much set the bar low. When men hear I grew up with diplomatic immunity because of my dad who was well known, they get scared. Yes, because the bar is high. Bar is high. You have someone protecting over you. Can you do a discussion about dating apps maybe one of these days, like a little deep dive? You mean like, okay, I guess in a sense of like them being like scammy and a waste of time and how women shouldn't use them. Dating apps are so stupid. They're stupid. They're a waste of time. Their dating apps are nothing but a cesspool of men who have been, who have just, they're undesirable. They're undesirable men. That's why they're on the dating app. Microwave relation. Exactly. I agree. It's a buffet for men validation. 100%. One 45-year-old male acquaintance was trying to argue that it's unfair sending D pics is considered harassment to women, but sending nudes to men isn't, like it's the women's fault. Men always blame women for men desiring us because that's what he's saying. Men always blame women for us being desirable. That it's resentment, essentially. It's resentment. Men hate the fact that if they send a D pic to you, in most cases you'll be repulsed. You could literally make a quick $50 by offering to send a picture of your goddamn foot to someone. A picture of your foot to a man. Because we're the value. Men want women more than women want men. And men hate that. Men can't stand that shit. It pisses them off. This is the reason why they have such a strong disdain for S workers, the girls that are strippers, the girls that do OnlyFans, the girls that are escorts. They have such a strong disdain for us because they're giving us money and we're getting money through their weakness. If they didn't, if the thing about it is that the job would be eradicated if they just didn't spend money on it, but they don't want to stop spending money on it. Women have the power, women have the value. And so men get upset because that's further confirmation that no, you were lied to. You're not superior. You're not superior. You can't even make money off your existence. Women can make money off of their existence. You can become a surrogate. You literally can make money off of having babies. Men can't do that. Men can't make money off of using their body for life, using their body for pleasure, using their body for consumption. The reason why prostitution was the oldest profession is because the value is already seen in women. You know, sexual relations with a woman actually used to be done as a practice of healing. It used to be done as a practice through spirituality. Courtesans, priestesses, all of them. That was like a natural practice back in the day. And men hated it so much and men were so jealous that they decided to demonize it through religion. I really wanna start stripping, but I'm insecure and shy. Any advice? You need to, like, in every day in the morning, you need to look in the mirror with your bra and your panties on, and you need to play a song that you really like, a song that really, like, gets you in the mood, makes you feel good, and you just need to start dancing in the mirror, and you need to start, like, touching yourself while dancing in the mirror, and you need to start telling yourself, like, I'm beautiful. I'm gorgeous. I like this about myself. I like my booty. I like my boobies. I like my face. I like my hair. And just say it every single day. Like, don't stop saying it. And eventually you'll believe it. And eventually you'll embody it. And eventually you'll get to the point where you enjoy embodying your sexuality and things like that. I'm not even going to lie. I want to go back to the club so bad. I miss it. I really do miss working in the club. I really, really do miss it. And ironically, back in my hometown, they actually opened a pole dancing studio not too far away from where I live. So I'm definitely gonna be back on the pole, just like practicing and dancing and like stuff like that. But I do want to get back into the club because that was just such a good time. And not only that, you meet a lot of providers in the club. Like you do. You meet a lot of providers in the club. That's like one of the best places to go if you're out here trying to get your sprinkle on. You're out here trying to get like a sugar daddy or whatever. Uh Go work in the strip club. You'll find some. If men worship the ground that you walk on, how can they then cheat? Isn't the entire act fake? Here's the thing. There are things that you have to accept about male nature. And one of the things about male nature is that men cheat because they don't get any attention. They need validation. So, in most cases, a man is going to cheat. It just is what it is. At the end of the day, everyone's boundaries are different. Everyone's boundaries are very, very different. You'll never know if you're getting cheated on or not. And really, for the men that have not cheated, I always say it's not that they don't want to cheat. It's just in most cases they haven't been presented with an opportunity. And so that's the reason why they haven't cheated. But presented with an opportunity, in most cases, a man is going to take it because men don't get a lot of attention. I was a sex operator years ago, and the best night I had, I made $300 in 1 hour because this man was emotionally distraught, and I charged him triple. Ugh, I love that. If they just did what they were supposed to do as a man and take care of their image, they would be more appealing. It's so simple. Well, yeah, but it's because patriarchy and, societal standards, they don't put men to a high standard of beauty and attraction like they do women. And this is why I'm never going to be afraid to tell a man that he's unattractive. I'm never going to tell a man that he's ugly. I'm never going to tell a man that his face, I'm not attracted to his face. I'm not attracted to his body. He didn't take care of himself. I'm never going to I'm always going to tell a man that he's not attracted to me because they don't mind doing that with women. The prostitutes ear the docs put me on so much game. Yes. I've met women on apps who lie for temporary ego stroke, picture outdated 10 years. We ain't no better at times. I did that once. When I was recovering from my binge eating disorder and I looked like Humpty Dumpty because I was so round and so big. That's what I did. I was catfishing them dudes. I was catfishing them dudes for validation and I did not care. I was like, "Listen, I'm losing the weight, but I just want a little bit of validation on the way just to get me through losing this weight." Any other general advice for baby strippers? Honestly, you just have to pay attention. The new strippers are always going to make a lot of money. The new girl money. You're always going to make the new girl money. I think the biggest thing is just have a goal as to what you want to do with your money. You know, make sure that, on top of using the money for survival, that, you use the money for something that can make you money as well. Um and just understanding the art of like manipulation. I have my Patreon. My Patreon membership is just so far it's only audio only, but I promise once I'm back in the Midwest and I'm settled, I am going to um it'll be a lot more interactive on Patreon because I actually be settled in the same place. It'll be a lot easier for me. But I talk about all that on my Patreon, dark femininity, manipulation tactics, all of those things that kind of deal with like S work and how to make more money and things like that. Do you have any good degree ideas for young women? Well, I have 2 degrees. So I got my first degree in radiology, which is X-ray, and then I got my second degree for ultrasound. Those are recession-proof jobs. Those are, anything in healthcare is really good to do. Um, Anything in STEM is really good to do too, as far as your degree. Um, and then if you don't wanna go to school that long, you can get certification. So, you could do, like, phlebotomy, CNA, any certifications that you can look into where you can, just get a quick certification and start making some money. Really just depends on, like, how much it is you wanna earn, how much job security, and then, like, what it is that you kinda, like to do. Get it, but I wanted some pretty faces too. Our bodies are beautiful in every stage, yes. Healthcare seems physically exhausting though. Girl, every job is physically exhausting. That's the thing. Like, unless you're actually 100% doing something that you want to do and you're making money from it, the job that you do is going to be exhausting. Okay? That's the harsh reality of capitalism. Like, that's the harsh reality of capitalism. You have to do something that you like enough and earn enough money to live. That's just how it is. Exactly. Pick your hard. Like I do content creating full time. And is it hard? Of course it's hard. It's not easy. It's not. It actually takes a lot of time. Like there's other ways that there's more content that I have to start making. I'm going to do another tier for Patreon. I'm going to do a tier on here, you know. I was moving all day and I'm like, I still got to live stream though. I still got to provide the ladies with what they want. I still got to pump out content. So, but for me, this is better than clocking in and clocking out and someone telling me what to do or workplace politics and things like that. I opened a transactional home versus getting paid less than $20 to work in one. Exactly. I'm going for psychology. Pray for me, y'all. Yes. That's why I want to do SW. That's why I missed the strip club. Okay, the strip club was like my first real job and I just loved it. Like I make my own schedule. I worked 24 hours a week. Boom. And like I just had fun. Like I had so much fun. I got to wear cute little outfits and be girly and dance on stage and do all the tricks and talk to men. Like I stripped for one weekend and I miss it. Girl, I'm telling you, I'll be back. When the summer comes, I'm back in somebody's club. Like I already could see it. I already could feel it. During the summer, I'm back in somebody else's club. Point blank, period. Are you an introvert or extrovert? I would say both. I'm an ambivert. I'm a Gemini moon in both Vedic and Western astrology. So I definitely have duality. I have my like when I'm outside, I'm outside. Okay. I'm outside. But then when I'm in, I'm in. Like I don't want to be dealing with anyone. I'm a very much a recluse, very isolated, things like that. My spiritual page name, I will give me a second. Let me put it in the chat. I forgot. I got to start putting it in the description. So that way it's easier for you guys to get to it. But hold on. Does it actually? Hold on. That's not it. Here we go. This should work now. Sorry about that. Okay, there we go. What's your big three and favorite zodiac you've dated so far? Well, in Western astrology, I'm a Capricorn Sun, Gemini Moon, Gemini Rising. In Vedic, I'm a Sagittarius Sun, Gemini Moon, Taurus Rising. I tend to attract the same signs over and over. Um, so I tend to I attract a lot of majority water signs. Um, Water signs is who I end up being in relationships with. Cancer is a water sign, right? Cancer and Pisces, those are both water signs, right? Do you have Cash App? Yeah, so I like water signs. I think it's because I don't know, I'm not really all that emotional. I'm really not all that emotional, so it is nice to have a little bit of like the water kind of, remind me to be a bit emotional and actually feel something. Oh, you don't live in the United States. Hold on. I can tell you my PayPal. 1 second. Cause I don't boop-a-doop-a-doo. Oh, I was hoping a way that I could like link it. Cause it's through I think you could do it through my email. It's queensovereignbeing@gmail.com. So if you type that in, it should come up on PayPal. There you go. Yeah, I spelled it right. Um, I'm a Cap. I always attract Cancers. Yeah, they're forever wanting to make our heart less cold. Would y'all think it's too much for me to offer mobile services? Like I come to the client's home to do facials, trying to avoid paying for a space. It's like $500 a month. Um, yeah, but the thing about it is this: you're gonna have you have to choose how you. I guess essentially you have to choose like how you want your expense to come from, because the thing about it is that like how far are you willing to travel? How far are you willing to travel to make money? Because you have to think like you have to pay for gas. You're going to be driving more, so that means that you're going to be putting more miles on your car, which also means that you're going to have more um, work done on your car. You're going to have to go, get the maintenance done on your car more often, and then also you're going to be investing more time driving to these people's places. Oh, nice. Self plug. I do hotel decorations as a side gig, like for birthdays, date nights, anniversaries, picnics, Valentine's Day. Nice. That is actually what my one of my old coworkers would do. So she knows how to sew. So I remember when the pandemic happened, she made a ton of masks, like fabric masks, when the panini happened. And then she will decorate for events. So for like baby showers, graduation parties, um church events. She'll do like the balloon banners and do all like the centerpieces. And for baby showers, she'll make the diaper cakes and all that stuff. Cancers are the mothers of the zodiac, and Capricorns are the fathers. I'm a Cancer, and I always attract Caps. Yeah, and you want to know what's crazy? So I don't know if I like him or not. To be honest, I really don't know if I like him or not because I just kind of keep this guy at arm's length. I only deal with him on the physical level. Um, I mean, we do chat occasionally. Like he is nice, he checks up on me or whatever. But like I'm one of those people where if we made an agreement for us to have like a certain type of arrangement, I just keep it like that. Like I don't get my feelings involved or, think that there'll be more that'll come out of it or anything like that. But um I do like him, but there is like qualities that I like about him, and it kind of reminds me of my grandmother. Like he has a small gap, and like my grandmother has a gap, and like he's a teacher. My grandmother's a retired teacher. There's just feminine qualities about him that like I do like, and they really do remind me a lot of my maternal grandmother. All right, y'all. If you guys have any final thoughts, any questions, concerns, anything like that, go on ahead and put them in the chat because I'm about to hop off of here. Your girl is hungry, she's tired, and she needs to get some sleep for her long drive tomorrow. So there will be no live stream tomorrow. I'll be back on Friday. Friday, I'm going to post on both of the channels. So I'll be posting on my spiritual channel and then I'll also be posting over here. Yeah, he's definitely a nurturer. Like, oh my God, he's just so kind. Like, I'll come over, he'll take my coat off for me. He's like very giving, like in the bedroom, and like is super like cuddly, and then he'll like leave me with something to eat or something like before I go and puts my coat back on for me and walks me out and opens my door and like all that stuff. Um, yeah, like whenever I'm around him, he's like super, super like dutiful and super nice. So, how to work on communication skills. Men say I'm arguing when I express myself. Quit communicating with men verbally. They don't respond to verbal communication. Men respond to nonverbal communication, essentially mirroring them. Communication with men doesn't work. Does not work. Quit wasting your breath. Best way to communicate with a man is to not react, be stoic, don't say anything, not give a fuck. On a post, you said your mom is an MLS woman. What is that? So me and my mom are both multiracial, light skin. So like I barely made the cut of like getting like with my ancestry of being 50, like exactly like half black. Because I have a lot of admixtures. So I have like Nigerian, Congo, a lot of like areas from like West Africa I have, but I'm also Jesus, I'm like 10% Irish. Um did I have Denmark, I have Sweden, I have Mexican. Like we have a lot of like admixtures in our family. And so my mom went to like a predominantly black high school, and because of her experiences, she didn't want me to go to one because like there was just a lot of like crap that my mom had to like put up with. Oh my gosh, my grandma is calling me. I'm gonna hop off the live. I just spoke my grandma up into existence. Love you guys. Bye.